What's up guys, Alex from McVick Games here, and today I'm going to be playing a game with my Amber Steel deck. So, it is a fast version of the Amber Steel deck. I'm testing out Duke. This card seems pretty decent. And the whole objective is to attempt to be faster than all these control decks out there. To just put as much pressure as possible before turn 7 to outpace the Be Prepared. So we're going to ink, and we're going to start with a Queen. Queen's pretty threatening here, because big Queen. The Lantern can do pretty well. So it looks like we're against a Dwarf deck. That's interesting. So that's not super real, unfortunately. But we will get rid of Simba. We'll play Lantern. And then we will plop a Stitch on the field and we'll quest. Unfortunately, we only see yellow, so we don't know what their other color combination is. But I feel safe questing here because the chance of it being a red-yellow deck I feel like is slim. And then on top of it, yep, and it's yellow steel, so we're fine. So they play him. Interesting. His stats are okay. It's just Simba, but it quests. We can ink this. From there, we can play a Queen, which would be pretty solid. Then we can play Duke. And then we can sing a whole new world and just draw a bazillion cards. Start the wheel. Wow, that's insane. So that's good for us. And we will keep that Stitch right up, just in case we draw a Rockstar. And we don't want the Sleepy to be able to deal with it, because he does have pretty solid stats. There's 7 cards. Got 2 Cinderellas, that's interesting. I got Baby Cinderella, which is fine, so I can potentially get the big Cinderella out in a couple of turns. Duke is really cool, because now it's a 5-3. Then this is a 6-5. All these dudes are just huge. My 1-drops are 3 2s, which is wild. 2 Cinderellas. I wonder what they're going to ink this turn. Ink a Ariel. So it's probably just another song. Ooh, that's cool. Play the Ariel. What does Ariel get? Interesting, that's a pretty good song. We will ink a Cinderella here, because we don't really need that. We can then play a Queen. We'll play a Cinderella. Draw a card. Okay, that's nice. So we'll keep that. We'll get rid of this. And then we will play a Simba. Once again, a Prince. So it's able to protect. We will then quest the Queen. Lowering Sleepy. Giving Stitch. And then Stitch can whack into him. And then we'll quest with Duke. We will pass. So the most devastating card to this board would be a Grab-Your-Sword, which they ran through 1. So if they're able to get a Grab-Your-Sword here, then that's looking pretty good for them, but they don't. Instead, they sing that to deal with my Queen, which is fine. Let the Storm Rage on. Deal with either this. Oh, I have all 3. See what they hit. Hit the Cinderella, so they're scared of the big Cinderella. That is fair. Another one. So what are they going to deal with? Queen or Stitch? See which is more spooky to them. They deal with the Queen, which is good for us. And then we can play the Rockstar Stitch on our following turn, which should be nice. Looking at the graveyard again. Bunch of whole new worlds. Ooh, I haven't seen this. Lowers the 7 Dwarves. Interesting. So from here we'll just plop the Stitch. We will ink this. And we'll just quest. Just try and be fast. We're already going to be at 14 next turn if they don't deal with this, which is nice. And they're down to 2 cards. So the chance of having their 4th actually, a whole new world, I feel like it's quite slim. So we could probably keep not using a whole new world just to keep them on low cards. Because not many of their guys on the field actually apply pressure. Because Masimba is just a 3-3 with this Prince. So he's just going to +1 here. It might even admit defeat because that play was just so neg for them. And they probably just didn't realize that Duke is pretty good. Yep, so they use 2 cards to deal with the Simba. They don't have enough on field to even deal with the Rockstar. So they can't even do that, but they're going to deal with the Duke, which is good. Clearing up the board a little bit. Doc is actually a pretty solid card, to be honest. Being able to be like a lantern on the body, but it's also inkable, which is nice. And then they're just going to quest for 2. Draw a Queen for turn. That's not bad. Probably ink that. And we'll play Big Cinderella. Yeah. I'll play Lantern, Big Cinderella comes down. I'll quest for 3. So not quite game, but we're getting close to it. They got 4 cards in hand now, though. The to draw 2 from Rapunzel is pretty solid. Helping them get more cards in their hand. They have a decent setup to be able to have a pretty decent turn with lowering their 7 dwarves by a couple. Being able to sing. Being able to lower again with Doc. So this could be a big turn for them, depending on the cards in their hand. Ink a Simba, which is fine for us. They attack with Rapunzel. So does that mean they have another Rapunzel? And they do, so they decide to draw 3. Which I'm totally fine with, because I'm going to be questing up to 18 next turn. Which would be very nice. And if I draw a low drop, then Rockstar Stitch is just going to go crazy. Play a Sleepy, comes in exerted. Makes him essentially a 0 drop. Does 6, yeah, -2, so he lives, which is nice. It's another wasteful card. And the only last play is to quest with... Oh, they sing. See if they can get a good card. And they grab another Snow White. Interesting. So we get a whole new world, which is good. But we can just quest. And then I'll hard play this. That's fine. Get a couple of low drops. Just throw them on the field. Draw some cards. Yeah. Pull a little bit of pressure here. Yeah, we'll just pass. Let's see what we got rid of. Nothing too crazy on their part. But they have a full stacked hand. They're questing for 10 next turn. Which might actually not be good for us. So they finish off the Big Cinderella. But they hard play it. No, they don't. They sing it. Pixelborn's just being kind of stupid. So their ink is at 6 now. Let's see what they can do with that. Haven't seen much of their steel side yet. Play an aerial. What are they searching for? Grab your sword? Can't play it though. So they're just going to start attacking. They have a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have a total of 7 damage on the field. So they could just deal with Rockstar and a Cinderella or the Queen. But the problem here is all of them are shiftable. So they have to deal with all of them for the potential theory of shifting. So they kill Baby Cinderella, Baby Queen, Rockstar Stitch lives. So I think I win here. I don't think there's a way for them to kill everything. Lois is attacked by 1, which is fine. So they attack Doc into it. Take 2 damage. Rapunzel into it. Rapunzel into it. And then they go Sleepy into Queen. Then they go 1. And they just pass. And then from there I can just shift and quest for game. So there it is. That's the game. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next video. Peace.